Welcome back, Katawa Shoujo. Last time, we tackled Misha's bad ending, and it was involved Misha sex. That was really awkward and stuff. But now we're gonna jump back into this. Well, sort of. We're not gonna start back at the beginning like we did before and just blindly go through things that we haven't seen before, because we've mainly seen most of it. Because when we were like the first like like 20 something episodes. I don't remember exactly when we got the choice. It was like something around that. Like the first 20 something episodes, we were like just mainly like with Lily and Anako. And we chose to go to the library following Anako. Except Lily had to go into town that day. And we had that choice to do that. So, instead of following Anako, because going back and doing Hanako's route, path, whatever you would like to call it, again would be a tad pointless, and since I've already done it before, we're gonna go follow Lily into town. Yeah, we're going for a walk in town. Well, actually, I don't even know when Lily was going to town, but that's what happens when I don't remember things. But anyway, let's go for a walk in the town, which I can't say because pronunciations. Flying Akali seems a bit intrusive. The reason she left was... There's a reason why she left the classroom, after all. That aside, I do want to catch up with Lily. Really, I'd like to thank her for looking at me despite her rather obviously taxing duties. Guess I'll walk around town. With any luck, I should be able to find Lily. The exercise is doing me good, as well. Oh, I guess Lily did go to town, and I just thought she didn't for some reason. I don't know. My memory doesn't work. Because I'm remembering things correctly, and then like, no, I don't think that's right, but it actually turns out it is right, so... Yay! Let's go! Walking through the school courtyard to the gate, I give a small nod of a couple of classmates. They're just being returned in kind. Even from here, the shouts of the sport club members can be heard. In the sheer volume of the din, the track must be packed right now. Remember what Lee said yesterday, being dropped right in the middle of a busy time for the school. I'm trying to get my parents to get up in a study that I missed. Everyone else is doing normal school activities. The feeling of being a foreigner still isn't dissipated. At least not yet. Well, I guess not everything's bad. Well, I suppose one thing that is bad is the music is really loud, so I'm turning it down a little bit. It's private school, and not much easily notice walking around inside. Not only are the school grounds huge, but the buildings themselves are immaculate and quite divorced from the dime a dozen concrete build blocks of public schools. Also the fact that there's a much stronger feeling of community here, or at least a friendlier atmosphere. In the old school, it was generally accepted that people would keep their little clique and be done with it. Here's a raised gate, and we begin to walk down the road into town. Well, that was fairly reductive. When I see your hairbrush in the town, including even the houses perched on hills around the outskirts, I take a walk around the park heading back. Living in the city all my life, the total lack of smartly dressed businessmen and fashionably dressed girls struck me as incredibly unusual. I guess it's slowly be seen around the odd elderly person shuffling around the sidewalk and assorted busily patting chairs and middle-aged women outside small storefronts. Walking along the road to the park protects me from them, though making me realize that perhaps I pushed myself farther than I should have done to see as much as I could. Risking the wheeze in my head, my chest begins to tighten more and more. I give up on the process of shouldering on. Words. I can't say them. As I quick glance around the park as I enter, I take a seat in an old lovely bench that I notice near a couple of vending machines. No one's on, and I sit with my head bent over, forcing myself to take deep breaths. I feel like an old man. I feel like more than an old man than a teenager should be in the prime of his life. I stay in the hospital, the surgery, and the medication will be taking their toll on me. Damn it. Much of my breathing returns to normal, and much of my chest loosen, not without a fair measure of relief. I guess it means that in my little sojourn... little sojourn? I don't know what that means either. This is another case of, like, really hard to pronounce words. This can be, like, that, again, except it's on Shizune and Misha. It's, I don't know. Though, in any case, there's a cafe on the far corner, so I opens my thirds for heading back. The bell rings by any color. Oh, man. Sorry. I don't want to yawn very audibly, but that was kind of audible. There you go. Words. A few moments I stand there waiting, eyes every now and then curving from one end to the counter and searching for another service bell. Reach the door and somebody's around the counter, and a person already takes me completely by surprise. Yuko? Hi, I had no idea you worked here. I really don't know how to address her either. Given that she stepped into the school staff as well as apparently a waitress. Yeah. She paces up to the counter for appearing to fling her upward, better half downwards in an overacted bow. Welcome to Shanghai, may I take your order? Right down to business, I see. I don't know, well, coffee, please? Yes, certainly. Make it right away and bring it to me when it's done. Thanks. This woman takes me aback. She seems to take her job very seriously. Obeying instructions, I turn around and quickly glance around for a free table. Considering the cafe seems to be empty, this is a pretty simple task to accomplish. I look toward the table changes to the window. I notice a flash of yellow around one of the table dividers. Sure enough, his more than a glance is needed to discern that a certain Sato at the table. That being said, I don't recognize the suited figure across the table from her. Blonde, fair-skinned, a little shorter, I think a she must be a relative. Since the two were all but silent as the suited take a swig from a small cup of coffee, I decided to greet Lily. Some part of my coming here was in order to meet her, after all. Hi, Lily. Is so? Yeah, nice to see you again. How's it going? Shoujo looks up, noticing my ear from with a wrecked smile. I don't remember what voice I gave her, because it's been a while, and I actually know who this is. It's Kira, if you don't know, because if you're jumping in at this point in the series for some reason, I don't know why you are. And I spoiled like Shizune's bad end for you earlier, so sorry. Go watch it if you're interested. If you're interested in like hearing, because I can't actually show it because YouTube YouTube frowns upon nudity everywhere. I think actually reading it might be pushing it, so I'm okay to get away with that. Know each other? That works. Whatever. I guess. It's gonna probably make the relationship that I think of. Care to take a seat? She is there beside me, but the message is clear enough. I take a seat beside her. Close introductions might be in order. So this is Akira Sato, my older sister. Akira, this is Asao Nakai, another Namako student. Looks like I guess is correct. Then we introduce Akira, gives a nod, which I return. What I don't return, however, is the most analytical glare which she looks at me over. She does so. Yugo walks to the table and carefully places coffee on the table for her bowing and taking her leave. She's leaving her hand outside of the cup. I realize it's just at the right temperature to drink. We're taking a sip. The return is just as good as the temperature. You seems a lot better than this being a librarian. Take a good long drink for relaxing into the seat. It takes some seconds for Akira's examination to come to an end. Feeling them quickly bored with this activity, she turns to her sister. So I was out of school recently. She's curious and started with someone who doesn't know at all, listening to everything they say. Not that I mind. They in there chatting and sit back and continue drinking the pleasantly aromatic coffee. So that's pretty busy for you then. You don't know cooking your meals after school anymore. They talk, I slowly realize that I'm entirely unable to gauge the emotions through her eyes, as I would for any other person. It comes a little unsettling as I subconsciously focus on that fact. Oh, so cold. When you're just going for yourself anyway? I only got leftovers. That's not the point. You manage to feed yourself, at least? I can cook without blowing myself up, you know. Mostly.